For those of you who don't know, I have appeared on George Galloway's channel before, the mother of all talk shows. I've emailed George Galloway personally, between ourselves. I don't politically agree with him on anything, but I must admit that when I speak to him, or when I have spoken to him in the past, I don't mind him. And I don't agree with his political views on, like I said, anything, actually, at all. But does the guy deserve to be detained because he flew to Russia, now he's come back to Gatwick, and he's been detained under the Terrorism Act? I would say no, he does not. If he deserves it, then why doesn't Corbyn or others? Or why don't people like Farage on the right get detained? Us on the right are far more tolerant than those on the left. And I don't think that if someone like me was detained, George Galloway would defend me, but I am going to defend him. Because his right to say the stuff that he does is his political right, is his freedom of speech. And he has every right to say it, even if me and you and many others disagree with him. But that's not the point. I disagree with Corbyn. I disagree with Starmer. I disagree with Kemi Badenoch. I disagree with Ed Davey, John Swinney. The list goes on. In fact, I even disagree with Reform UK sometimes, and I will still criticise them. But that does not mean that because a political figure has come back to this country from Russia, you've got the right to detain them under the Terrorism Act. Whatever George Galloway is, and isn't, he is not a terrorist. That is ridiculous. This is Starmer's Britain, where they detain people like Graham Linehan that wrote Father Ted. They detain George Galloway that leads a party that wants to bring down Starmer. Next, it will be Corbyn. If he flies away, he will get detained under the Terrorism Act. If I go abroad, it could be me next. It could be, I don't know, Maya Tuesday, it could be Paz, it could be Craig Houston, it could be Silver Fox, it could be Nick Buckley. Because we say things the government don't like. Are you getting the picture yet? This is where digital ID comes from, to shut you down. And this is why left and right need to unite over this one issue. As I've said many, many times now, we can all go back to disliking each other and arguing against each other later. For now, these bunch of arseholes in number 10 and in government need to be brought down as soon as possible, and then we can go back to having debate.